and they're living like they're being natural. I mean, humans sort of should spend more time outdoors and being natural, and it's like the pigs here they almost have a model life.
Yeah, I think you could probably say that. I'll tell you a slightly different way of looking at that, though, at least the way I look at it, is here the pigs are allowed to live life on their own terms. They do what they want to do when they want to do it. And the sanctuary caters to their needs, not the other way around. Whereas people sometimes, very frequently, spend their whole life doing things that they don't want to do, but that they have to do, whether it be working a job or whatever. So I'm not sure it's just a matter of being in nature or out of nature. I think it's more the freedom to be able to choose what you're going to do. And the other thing I think is really neat is they have absolutely no responsibility other than just to be pigs. And so few of their species even get that luxury. Sanctuary is just right at 100 acres, and it's broken up fairly evenly into woods and open areas. The house and barn probably take up about an acre or so, and then there's about 40 or so acres in pasture and another 50 or so acres in woods. So far we've managed to adequately fence about 75% of the sanctuary. The areas that we haven't got to are areas that are very, very steep and very, very rugged and very rocky. And as funds permit, we're going to continue to fence those areas until we have the entire 100 acres fenced.
But they do forage, they do some of the work themselves in terms of eating, which is very incredible. So they're not lazy, they're not doing nothing. They're actually...
Oh no, they're not lazy. They're probably lazier here than they would be if they were totally on their own, because they know at the end of the day that I'm going to show up with a bucket of feed. But because we feed only enough to supplement what they get in nature, and because we don't feed till late in the afternoon, their natural instincts take over and they get up and forage and graze. They'd probably all be a lot leaner if they were on their own in nature.
But they're certainly leaner than what we see in factory farms or even at most sanctuaries, though.
They're certainly more healthy because they've got sunshine and fresh air and exercise and a natural diet. And that's a good recipe for health no matter what species you are. You want to keep pigs in this kind of lifestyle where they're in nature and they're surviving in the environment. You have to look at what's in the best interest of the pigs, but you also have to look at what's in the best interest of the environment, because pigs, just because of their size and their nature, do a certain amount of damage to the environment in terms of rooting and rubbing on trees and things like that. And when we first started, we hypothesized that we could adequately keep 4 pigs an acre.
So you have like a sustainable setup here.
Right now it's sustainable. Considering the fact that nobody's ever really done this with pigs before, and even between the species, because like the potbelly pigs don't root to the extent the farm pigs do. And of course the farrows root most of all because they're so used to foraging. But the idea is to find that happy balance between a good environment for the pigs and what kind of acreage they can be sustained on and in what concentration. And right now we have to revise our figure from 4 or 5 pigs per acre down to about 2 pigs per acre. And at 1 or 2 pigs per acre, with us giving Mother Nature a hand by doing some replanting in the spring of areas that have been severely rooted, we're maintaining. But beyond that, I'm pretty sure the environment they lived in would go downhill until eventually it was ruined. I guess there's all different forms of animal activism. I like to think running this place is my kind. Because I've tried to tell some of the people that do farm animal rescue that rescuing the animal is certainly the first part of saving that animal's life. But once the rescue is accomplished, somebody has to take care of that animal for the rest of its life. And most of the rescuers are not in a position to do that because of where they live or they have other jobs or for a host of reasons. If you don't have the sanctuaries backing up the rescue effort that can take in the rescued farmed animals, you might as well not rescue them. It's a shame we can only save such a precious few, though.